a Toddy moment, if you're a run home run, take the lead. How nice is it to see him doing that, knowing the player he's been for this team?
Awesome. It's great to see. Always super pumped when he hits a homer. Always propels the team forward.
He said tonight that when you guys are both going at the same time, it's something special. How important is that, especially where you guys are in the season, to both be hot at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, it's important for every team to have their players hot at the same time. That's how you get it going. That's how you win games. So, it's fun to see right now, and we'll keep it going.
You said early on when guys were struggling that this time wasn't going to come. Is this kind of what you envisioned?
Yeah, I mean, you got to trust. You got to trust in your teammates, and people got to trust in us. So that's all I was saying, is just trust in us. Just be patient.
How special was to see Austin Hays come in and make an immediate first impression?
Sweet, great guy, and super pumped for him. Super pumped for him to be here and help us out.
It's a big win.
Would you say that on both sides of the ball, I mean, it seemed like one of your more relentless victories?
It was a pretty good game for us. Yeah, we've played a lot of games here lately that resembled that. That was probably the best version of that. So, it's nice to do it. National TV, Sunday Night Baseball. Hopefully it carries on, as we keep going.
You were around when Tatis was providing moments, like it seemed like every other at-bat he was doing that. I know you talked a lot about how you think he's still always been that guy, but him being this hot, getting to be this guy again at this point for you, what does that mean?
Yeah, it takes our team to another level. When he can, kind of put us on his back and be like, hey, I got you guys. And just seen it in his eye here lately that he's got that feeling that he can do it and that he wants to do it. So happy, he's grinded out an entire season of ups and downs, and it's been a little bit on an upswing here and then flattened out, and now it's on, just another upswing. So we're just enjoying it with him. He's a great teammate to have, a great person to be managing, and he does a lot for the Padres. Be able to use those guys yesterday however we wanted to, and then be able to give them a little breather today was huge. I know they needed it and they can use it, and now they're fresh for a big series against Milwaukee.
Good job. Given you have those options, even if you don't have
exactly. Kyle Hart has just had a great ascension of his season this year. He's definitely someone we can rely on right now. In a sixth inning 2-run game, or for length, in the middle of the lineup, or to bridge it to the back end. He's done a great job. And Bradley, I think I said it last time, he's turned into one of the best relievers in all of baseball. Be able to get righties and lefties out and keep his pitch count down and make it look really easy. And then Estrada, we're getting him back from the IL, is a huge addition to our team. Be able to put somebody like that in the ninth inning without Mason Miller and feel pretty comfortable that we're going to get the job done.
I'd imagine when you signed Austin Hays, you pretty much envisioned almost exactly that spot. Like you said, he was able to do it so fast.
Yeah, I think that's we've been missing that right-handed bat off the bench that we could throw in for a pinch hit with Rengifo playing as much as he can, and that's a good way to get in good with your teammates and your coaching staff, is that homer in your first pinch hit at bat, which is not easy to do, but great swing by him, and welcome to the Padres, Austin Hays.
Obviously, they were very aggressive, but your guys attacked the zone. I mean, that was an incredible finish to the game. Which you think that it was your guys responding to their aggressiveness, or?
Yeah, I think our pitchers are really good at, when we get it going, we can throw a lot of strikes, and when we throw a lot of strikes, we force the team to make a decision. You're either going to take it or you're going to put the ball in play. And, we forced action tonight. Randy's done that the last few times that he's pitched, been really good at it. And I think once, you get a lineup in that kind of mode where, hey, we're just peppering strikes, first pitch strike after first pitch strike, they got nowhere to go, and their only choice is to try to get hits on that first pitch, and the percentages are always in the pitcher's favor. And so tonight, was one of those pitchers' games for us.
Can you speak to Fermin getting down the line like he did before?
Yeah, Freddie's sneaky fast, and I think the time period he had off, benefited him a little bit for his legs also, his head and his legs, just to take a little breather. And our catching tandem of Camposano and Freddie, they've been able to keep each other fresh at times and be able to carry the load. Freddie, it seems like, is rounding into form a little bit, the guy that we saw a lot of last year, and is set up for a good last 2 months for us.
Randy had the long at-bat against Varsho, and then kind of let the sweep run. The way he responded from that, setting down 9-10 in a row, something like that. The way that he's developing his last couple of outings, what does it say about him and just kind of how he's changing and evolving as a pitcher as well, and being able to take that one pitch and flush it, and then be really good for a while?
Yeah, he believes in himself. There's no doubt about that, and he knows when he's feeling really good. He really pitched a great game outside of that one pitch. I don't think he made what you would call a mistake. other than that, sweeper that he left up that Varsho made a good swing on and hit it out the ballpark. So, for him to bounce back, we're down 2-0. He kept the game right there, gave us a chance to come back, for Tatis to hit the big homer to give us a lead. And that's what pitchers do. They stay in the fight, stay in the grind, and able to get us 5 today. Could have probably went longer, but tight game. We got a great bullpen and went to them.
It might be a little bit overly simplistic for most teams that 4 home runs in a game is really tough to hit to beat. But given your pitching staff and your bullpen, when you get an offensive performance of that and 4 big swings, how tough is this team to knock off?
Yeah, I think we showed that. We've showed that for the last couple of years. When our bullpen gets going, we get the lead to our pen. We are pretty tough to beat. And 4 home runs tonight is just cherry on top. Any way we can score runs, we'll take it. 4 home runs is nice. Gets the dugout going a little bit, and then we throw the bullpen at them and see how we go.
Was Austin expecting to come in at that moment?
Yeah, he was expecting to come in. Yeah, we had kind of prepped him as soon as he got here. Talked to him. First guy I talked to when I walked in this morning and said, "Hey, if they bring a lefty in, you're going to be pinch hitting for one of our lefty hitters, and be ready for that as the week goes. You'll probably get some starts, but that's kind of the spot. He's on the roster for that opportunity. When they bring a lefty in, and we've got some of our lefties up that we'd rather have a righty hitting, he can be someone with some pop off the bench and take a good at bat."